Iranian journalist Mohammad Reza Mousavi joins me. Nice to see you again, sir.
It's
Do you
always a
think
pleasure.
this gentleman thinks President Trump is kidding? Or does he think that they have such a force that they can fight the United States?
Well, actually, from what I've learned from the past is that Iranians nowadays take President Trump's threats really seriously. I talked to many people in Tehran and also other parts of the country who are really worried. On the contrary to the past few weeks, people are panic buying. In the past few weeks, it's a surprise, but they were not panic buying. But now they're worried. They don't know what will happen tomorrow, local time, and they're really worried. So I think that the government is taking this threat seriously, and they're trying their best to do whatever they can to at least increase the price to cost of whatever President Trump is doing.
Well, what can be left of the government? I mean, I realize the RIGC was quite large, but they've been pounding him since February 28th. They've hit the Ayatollah. His son apparently is in very rough shape someplace, according to different reports. I mean, who's making the decisions? Who's running the place?
So we know that the Secretary of the National Security, Supreme Council of National Security, is probably the most prominent person remaining, along with the head of Judiciary. They may be taking the most important decisions. The Secretary of the National Security Council is very close to the IRGC. But the IRGC remains and is actually emerging as the most important power inside the country, to the extent that we hear rumors that the IRGC is taking decisions even over the president and whoever is left from the government to take decisions.
Well, in the very beginning, President Trump offered amnesty to anybody who wanted to lay down the weapon, basically, and stop it. I've always been surprised that the Iranian ambassador to the United Nations didn't take him up on the offer, because he's lived in New York. He's enjoyed New York, unless, of course, he has a lot of family back home. And in many countries, if you have family back home, they'll be executed if you abscond. But is he a loyal Iranian? The Iranian ambassador to the UN.
Well, I personally have never met him, but I know that the Islamic Republic has had this habit of choosing people carefully and checking their backgrounds, so they're not letting everybody get into their ranks. So we should know that everybody who's working for the administration or the government has been vetted strongly, and they may be, at least if they're not infiltrators, they are close to the ideological bases of the government.
What do you think is driving them right now? Is it a sense of religion and passion and the religion, and that the rest of us are infidels? Or is it they have a sense of pride and they're not going to let the United States do this to them? I mean, what's the driving force?
So let me tell you about this duality inside Iran. When we talk about Iran and the Islamic Republic, we're talking about two distinct entities. So we have the Islamic Republic, which is an ideological regime. It has its own ideas and goals. It wants to wipe out Israel from the map. It wants to fight against the United States until the last drop of blood. But on the other side is Iran as a nation, as an old civilization, thousands of years of history. The Iranian people who are
beautiful
actually
history, beautiful art,
beautiful country.
No,
if
it's
you go
amazing,
to Tehran,
rich history.
Yeah, it is. It is. Tehran is still very beautiful on account of the damage that it has taken. When we talk about Iran and Iranian people, we're talking about a nation who wants to live. That's the only thing that they want. They never wanted in first place to fight against the United States.
But they're going to take a beating possibly tonight. Those people. I mean,
that's
those
unfortunately
the people
the case.
I assume took to the streets and protested both in December and in January in 2012, and they're the ones who've been protesting, but ineffectively in terms of driving the religious leadership out.
So, well, they have been paying the cost of the ideological goals of the heads of state, the heads of the government. That's why I believe, I mean, if you want to help them, if you say help is on the way, you're not going to take away their life. I mean, the ordinary life that they're seeking. If you want to destroy the infrastructure, if you want to leave them without power, without water, without natural gas, that's not helping people.
Well, except that there's no way to paralyze the religious, the leadership. I mean, I mean, there's so many have been killed. They don't seem to be threatened by the fact of death. I mean, how else would you do it at this point?
Well, in the beginning of the war, people thought, probably including the U.S. administration, that after killing the supreme leader, things would change, and people would take to the streets and topple the government. But those things didn't happen. They didn't materialize, and there is still doubt that if you do remove the infrastructure, the very same infrastructure that 90 million people are relying on, it maybe will not help.
What's the option? What's the option?
I don't know. That's the easy answer and the most difficult answer at the same time. I don't know. But I know that the war is not the answer. I talked to one of my friends today. One of the last messages that I received from Tehran was that we are worried about tomorrow. We are worried that our infrastructure will be gone, but the IRGC will remain in place. This is a very serious threat. Look at Gaza.
But you know what else is a serious threat is that the foreign minister, I don't know if he's still alive or not, I've lost count of it, told Steve Witkoff that they had enriched to 60% and they were 10 days out from either 10 bombs or 10 days out from a bomb. I forgot what it was. And that is a game changer when people like Iran, like that regime, gets a nuclear weapon. Well,
there were different narratives about that. It may be interesting to you. I covered Iran nuclear negotiations for 9 years, from 2013 to 2022, as I was working for a Japanese TV station in Tehran. Well, I know that we have the possible military dimension dossier that belongs to the past, and I know that the Islamic Republic has had, still probably owns the large amount of 60% enriched material, and that is a threat to the region. If the Islamic Republic, with its, whatever the ideologies that they have to wipe out Israel and also fight against all of these regional states, including even the United States, it is a threat for the Islamic Republic to have access to a nuclear weapon. But look at what we're in now. Still the Islamic Republic has access probably to the enriched material, and the war wasn't really the result. It's probably still not too late to get Iran
maybe we'll get that
enrichment.
ceasefire that Pakistan's working on. It'll give us 2 weeks. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully.
Mohammad Reza Mousavi, thank you, sir.
It's always a pleasure.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.